Warning: you are about to study the most advanced technology in modern monetary system that not everyone can have the mastery in. Please be ready to challenge yourself. All right, people. Today we are going to cover Bitcoin, which is a new topic developed over the past several years, and it's a very fancy technology, and it draws a lot of attention in the international payment system. So I will spend some time to cover this topic, and hopefully you can still learn something here and keep up with the current trend in finance. So what is a Bitcoin? You see, Bitcoin is a digital currency. It is also a cryptocurrency. So we call it digital because all the Bitcoin or any transaction related with Bitcoin can be expressed in a string of numbers. Okay, it's a string of numbers, and it's a binary number. So what is a binary number? One bit, okay, is one binary number. It can take either the value of a 0 or 1. So that is one bit. So that's why it's called a Bitcoin. That's where the name comes from. And each Bitcoin or each transaction or a summary of transactions or a whole block of summaries of transactions can be expressed in a series of a string or a string of numbers with 256 digits. So we use SHA-256. That's the expression of the information. So that's 256 digits of a bit. So one example would be 0101, okay, all this. So you have 56 digit, okay. All right, so that's why we call it a digital currency, and there's no physical presence at all for this currency. It just exists in the virtual world, in computer and in internet. And this currency is also called a cryptocurrency. Okay, so cryptocurrency basically means all the information is encoded into the string of numbers. So you have the Bitcoins, okay, and you also have the transactions and all the information related with the transactions. So let's say all the infos, and they are all expressed in the string of numbers. Okay, just a string of numbers. Okay, any number. Okay, so there are 256 digits here, and the information can be put into secretly into the string of numbers, and we call it encryption of the information. And based on this string of numbers, okay, all these 256 bits, it can be decrypted or decoded back to the original information. Okay, so the encryption and decryption make it very hard for outsiders to see what exactly going on there. You have to employ certain computer tools and rely on massive computer powers to be able to read and dissect the information. So that's why we call Bitcoin a cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin is invented by a person or a individual or an entity. His name is called Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, that's a Japanese name, so that's how you write his name in Japanese kanji. Okay, so maybe this person does not really exist, or maybe this is just an alias for that person. But indeed, he was the first person that invented the Bitcoin, the only person, and also designed all the rule in the Bitcoin system. All right, and one of the most noticeable feature is that it employs a decentralized system. All right, so what is a decentralized In order to understand decentralized system, we should know what a centralized system is. Okay, in a centralized system, everybody goes to the bank to deposit and withdraw money. So we have everybody, let's say there are 4 people in a society, and in this society there is just one bank serving as a hub of all this money flows. So everybody just deposit money to the bank and withdraw money from the bank, and everybody is only dealing with the bank. Although A could pay B, okay, for some money, B serves for A, but still they don't put money to each other. Instead, they will, let's say A would pay B. Okay, so A is not actually handling the currency to B. Instead, A's account with the bank will have some deduction, and B's account with the bank will have some addition. So bank is withdrawing A's money and then pays B. All right. So that's a centralized system. And in a decentralized system, there's no role of a bank playing the center as a hub. So everybody, if they trade with each other, they just go to this bilateral relationship. Okay, A trade with B, B trade with C, C trade with D, so on and so forth. So you can see there are a lot of bilateral relationships between the individuals. And the decentralized system was what people use in ancient times. Okay, in ancient times, at that time, there's no bank system, and people just look around. The farmers trade with hunters, hunters trade with weavers, and weavers trade with gold miners. And that's pretty costly to carry the money, and there's a lot of risk. Okay, the cost is high and the risk is high. And the banking system was later developed in the early 11th century when Crusaders, when they traveled to the Middle East, they need to transfer the money. So that's where the banking system was developed. And with the bank, the risk is dramatically reduced. However, it's still costly, okay, to run a bank, because you need, the bank has a building, have a lot of employees, and you need to so basically they will charge you fees for these services. Okay, and in the Bitcoin system, it's a decentralized, and it's not like ancient times when there is a cost of finding each partners and the cost of carrying money and the risk of losing money. So these are all gone because everything is done with computers in the internet, and there's no transaction cost or very, very minimal transaction cost implied in the Bitcoin system. So that's one of the best features of a Bitcoin.